I have a sense of teaching that's very specific. And to me, especially in what I teach and what I offer, I have great absolute faith and trust in the truthfulness and the creativity within each human being. That in each human being within each of you is something that is extraordinarily creative, that has its own trajectory. Do you see? Because this is the part of spirituality, of life in general, I suppose, but certainly in terms of spirituality. There's a part of spirituality and life that although realization reveals to us that all is one, but although all is one, each expression is very unique. So each person listening to me right now, each one of you is very unique. You got a unique lifestyle, you got a unique story, life story. You've got a unique way that you move through the world. And there's a unique way in which you're going to relate to a spiritual teaching. And so I think it's really useful to understand that I don't see a teaching as something that's supposed to feed people answers, that's supposed to give them all the answers to something. I see a teaching that's inherently, it's there to bring forth, to bring from what's inside into consciousness in each person that truth, that reality. The journey of that, how that happens, is unique to each and every one of you. There's not a cookie-cutter way to go about it. It's a very, very unique journey for each and every person. And so what I'm interested is not simply in trying to convey my understanding of the teaching, but I see a teaching as something that, a good teaching is something that you work with, that you really make part of your own. And it elicits for you where you are in the journey, spiritual journey, the journey of life. It highlights for you where you're holding on, where you're willing to let go. It highlights for you what you hold as valuable and meaningful, and what is not so valuable and meaningful. So it kind of helps you to get your priorities more connected to your heart, to that very, very deep core of being and essence inside of you. And so, to me, to engage in this teaching, in the way of liberation, this teaching is to engage actually in something of you might even say it's sort of a creative process. You have to find out what the teaching evokes in you, what it means for you right now. Because what it means for you at any point in time may and probably will change as your own realization matures, and your spirituality matures. Then what this teaching conveys and what it elicits from you will change as well. So while on the surface it can seem quite simple, I have found that often the simplest things have a way of living with you. In other words, they can convey an open, deep meaning and deep truths within you that are very specific to exactly where you are at that point in time. So why I'm trying to emphasize this is because this teaching is not supposed to supplant or take the place of this very creative process within you. It is actually supposed to evoke it, to bring forth something that's very, although it's shared in unity, but with each person it's a very unique and in a certain sense distinct way in which their own realization comes about, matures, is eventually becomes more and more part of their life, part of their daily living, so that what you realize, no matter how small or great, starts to find its way into the way you live and move in the world of time and space.